Hello from the Cannon Academy Homeschool. It's been a while since I have published anything. I may or may not have published the last 3 videos I did. If I didn't, I will get those posted. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that have or have not been going on for the last month for our Cannon Academy Homeschool Happenings of the month. So we've had I myself have been exposed several times to COVID, in which case I did not get my great-grandson as well as they were exposed. My 2 youngest grandchildren were exposed, but by the time we found out, they had already had their first COVID shots and everything, and the doctor said their reactions were from that and other shots they had at the same time. So I went ahead and kept them since I had both COVID shots. I have not found time to go get boosted, but I am rethinking that. So our homeschool has been really different lately. My oldest granddaughter still had work that I sent another time for my great-grandson to do. So she did that and some learning videos. She has wipe-off books and things like that at home. So they're working through that stuff for this last month. My 2 youngest grandchildren, who I still had at the house, have been doing wipe-off pages and an occasional workbook page, things like that. We were doing educational videos, like Homeschool Pop, Rock and Learn, Kids Academy, things like that. However, the sound on my TV is stuck at 100, and my remote will not take it down, and we've YouTubed and done everything it said. So now I have 2 new remotes on the way, because the new universal remote that my husband went and bought will change channels, turn the TV on and off, but it will not do the volume. So I found 2 remotes exactly like the one that we already originally had, and they are on their way. So they will be here by the next week, Monday or Tuesday. So, now, in case you don't realize, this is the end of July. August starts next week on Monday. So, that's it. We've had to be really flexible this last month. It's super hot, so the kids have not gotten to play out because I have no shade. We are taking an occasional early morning walk before it gets too humid or too hot, things like that. Still reading. One of the things we did was I had gone to the library with the 2 grandchildren. We took out some books. We took this out, You Can Draw Dinosaurs, and we attempted to do the first set. Let me see if I can find that page for you. Basically just do shapes. So we attempted to do these. And actually their drawings, even though they're 5 and 6.5, weren't too bad, but when they colored them in, you could no longer tell what they were. So that was different. Now, we have not read these yet. And that book was written by Natia Serrato, if anyone's interested. I will try to post that in the descriptions. We got this one also, and I can read Reading 2 with Help, Rappy and His Favorite Things. It is by Dan Gutman, illustrated by Tim Bowers. Looks like a fairly easy read. I know that the 6.5-year-old will be able to read it with no problems. My 5-year-old possibly with some help, and maybe the 7-year-old with some help because he's a beginning reader. And then we also checked out Dora and Diego, Ready to Read, Level 1. Dora and Diego helped a dinosaur, and it does not say. Looks like Bergen and Seiss, S-E-I-S-S. Not sure I said that right. Sorry. It, as you can see, is a much easier read. So the 5-year-old and the 7-year-old, being beginner to almost fluent, will be able to read this. In fact, I'm about to renew these because we've been so far behind. We also took out this Ready to Read Level 1, Step into Reading, Aaron Loves Apples and Pumpkins by P.D. Eastman. He's the author. It's the author of Go Dog Go. Again, very colorful, very easy read. I mean, don't get me wrong, all three of them will enjoy all three books because I know that my fluent reader who's 6.5 will read all three books. So there you go. And I did do another video on these books I checked out, but I'm going to go back over them. This one I am not really liking. For School and Outdoor Learning in the Early Years is by Sarah Knight. It's a good book, don't get me wrong, but it is not what I was looking for. It's plus really, really small print. No. I didn't like that when I was younger, and I definitely don't like it now. Check this book out, The Lost Art of Reading Nature Signs by Tristan Gooley. It teaches you the old ways to use outdoor clues and find your way, predict the weather, locate water, track animals, and other forgotten skills. It is a really cool book, but it has so much information, and it's very microscopic print. So, I have skim read it, but it is not for me. Everything You Need to Know About Homeschooling by Leanne Garfias. And it is very informative. It goes over different styles of homeschooling curriculums. And, well, like on this page 193, it says, what reading skills might my early learner develop? And it goes through all that and gives you general goals and what this person who wrote the book did and things like that. So I think this would be a very helpful book. I did get these from the library, and it says in the United States it's roughly $19.99. So it might be one that I might purchase for my own shelf. The Imperfect Homeschooler's Guide to Homeschooling by Barbara Frank. She also wrote Life Prep for Homeschool Teenagers. Does not say how much this book would be in the United States, but it goes over some things about watching signs for readiness, it's timing everything, looking at today's children, what should your children learn, your own experience, designing your own curriculum, or using a packaged curriculum, different things like that. And I know it goes over moments where things get hectic. I also checked out this book, When Homeschooling Gets Tough, Practical Advice to Stay on the Course by Diana Johnson. Really thin book. If you bought it, it would be $10. The Myth of Excellence, Defining the Basics for different ages, Flexibility, place of creativity, basics and bonuses, recognize your worth. Um, it is a Christian book, I will tell you that. So those who are trying to stay secular might not want that book. I just love this book, Homeschool for Dummies by Jennifer Caulfield. I love all these books when I get them. Dealing with special learners, beginning the journey, choose the perfect time of year, deciding what age to begin, deciding homework, how to witness your child's progress, counting out the school days, covering the elementary years. Completing 12th grade doesn't mean it's over. It doesn't. We learn our whole life. Vocational schools, entering the workforce, strapping on the tool belt, starting a business, continuing homeschool through college, staying at home, suitable programs, matching your needs with their offerings, changing pace with unit studies, unschooling to walk on a relaxed side, choosing your academic approach. I mean, it covers everything. And if you purchase this book, it would be $25 in the United States, almost $30 in Canada, and looks like 17.99 pounds in the UK. So I highly recommend this book. This I am trying to buy. I was also very impressed with this book, The Ultimate Book of Homeschooling Ideas, 500 plus fun and creative learning activities for kids ages 3 to 12 by Linda Dobson. I do like her stuff. I have several of her books on my homeschool shelf. So, I love this. Conversational math, War, Domino Drop. I have actually tried Domino Drop with the three littles that I'm teaching right now, and they love that game. Carryover charades, there's pennies, dimes, tens and ones, shopping, covering the gamut while eating, string and straw, geodesics, I know I said that word wrong. The joy of language with life-size alphabet game, made-up magnet words, hot to it. I mean, your pen pal starts with postcards, letter writing Thursday. It has so many different ideas, which are great for like on days that you have to change things up and just get away from the books and things like that. So that about covers it, except for today. As you can see, some of my wall has changed behind me. I am in the process of taking the library room, which didn't have enough room to hold all my books, and moving part of it back out here, and moving my homeschool stuff to that room. Therein, end of the day, I can just pick up, clean up, vacuum, be done, shut the door, and everything. Plus, it will allow my husband some space. He's been really good about all my homeschool years and having things in the living room, and he's actually grown to love the colors of the posters and the maps and things. So my living room will probably become kind of bland, except for the colors of my books. But I've decided that at this point in time, especially with the heat, and he can't be outside like he likes as much, he needs to be able to come to the living room, watch TV, not have to worry about if it's appropriate, like, because he watches a lot of documentaries, usually about World War II and stuff, and to me, I think the littles are too young to see a lot of that. So now he'll be able to do that once we get the remotes and our TV has sound. We're watching it with closed caption. But I will have a room where I can shut the door and he won't hear the kids and stuff, and we will come out occasionally and use the TV for educational videos. So I think all around it'll work for everybody, and once it's done, I will do pictures in the living room, how it changed, and the schoolroom. and let you know how that works, because this will be the first time I will have a schoolroom that I can actually close the door on. So until next time, from the Cannon Academy Homeschool, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.